Okay, so here I'm approaching a rock face with my 10 scale RC. And the goal is, even though my tires are wet and there's algae, to really kind of hook up and go over the rock. So I use, slow speed to my advantage, just like in, full scale crawling. You use wheel speed some points, you use a slow tire spin at others. And you can see if you crawl and you kind of look for that traction, a little bit of wheel speed to help hop it over. There we go. And crawl down the rock face. Let that suspension actually do what it's supposed to. Let's have a look at the tire tread on the sidewall. I get a lot of other hobbyists asking me why it looks like I have no foams. In fact, I do have. These are just stock tires. But with softer wheel walls, you're able to conform the tire around what you're trying to crawl over, right? It gives you extra grip, more of a smooth or flat surface area. Beautiful. So just like when I'm crawling with like a competition rock crawler, or even in full scale, you need to keep your tires on the high points, right? You never want to let one side sink down unless you have to. And here's a good point of that right now. Nice and slow, let the articulation do what it's supposed to. There we go. Let the drop happen and slowly crawl over. We'll repeat what I did in the last crawl before this. Basically high points for each tire. There you can see we left the gap in the middle. Oh, I just dropped it. Hold on. There we go. And then let it just conform. We're gonna go over the high rock. Let's look at that bumper clearance. Notice my driver has a wireless steering wheel. Okay, good, no problem. Nice and slow. Now it's a round surface, so for something like this, again, I'm gonna have to hop over it. Here we go, get a little bit of speed once I get a hookup. Get those front tires up. Slippery tires. Once they get wet, they're hard to manage. There we go. There we go. Now I'm stuck on a rock. Let's see if I can power out. Get my back tire to go over that rock and straight up. Yep. So the same principle applies when you're out of the water. Just your tires can be less slippery unless you're on wet rock, of course. The whole point, or the appeal, I think, of trailing, apart from being able to highly modify the truck to the way you want and to hone your driving skills, is really, a challenge to see if you're able to do some of these things. Some things we would never challenge in a full scale, we try in an RC instead. It's just a heck of a lot cheaper if you break something. And you can pick it up and just go home instead of having to tow something out. Here's something that's just a little more advanced, a little higher. So tire placement on rocks like this is, essential. Required is the word I guess I would use. Don't want to get hung up on the drive shafts or the axles. Just like that. I'm hung up on the rear drive shaft. Oh, and the rock moved. Let's get you in there. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to save this or not. Probably a backup and a little bit of a hop. There we go. Let's change the camera. Oh, we'll just move you right now. My bad, the camera went a little wonky, so I lost my grip. See if I can do it again. Oh, might have been a one-time thing. If you've done it before, you can do it again. Okay, that's an interesting way to approach it. Come on. I don't want to unhook myself. Darn it! Timber! There we are. Now some people, you know, like to change their steering rods here to aluminum ones, because often in my videos when you see me using a stock truck, you'll see the tire fold or flex. But you know, even when you have like I have a strong Savox servo in there, waterproof one, but when you have an aluminum rod up here, yes, it gives you extra strength and rigidity, but it also puts a lot more stress on the C-hubs, right? Now, yeah, you can replace everything to aluminum, but the plastic, you know, all you had to do is just, unless you're in a competition, right? If you're just out having fun, sometimes I find that the plastic is better and I don't have as many problems. But that's just me. Let's do a descent here. Where I come down the rock. Come on, as long as I can get around this corner. And awesome. Looks pretty easy, not too bad. There. Well done. Wow, what a great day for trailing. Just a light rain going on. You know, a lot of people have written to me over the years and ask, you know, what the appeal is of doing trailing videos or rock crawling videos, and why am I going so slow? And at this point in my life, I gotta say, it's nice to slow down and check out nature and go trailing with your buddies, or, you know, take the rig out and do some exercise. You also get to play with really cool hobby trucks, you know. There's lots of modifications for these things. Look at that light bar on there. There's lots of bumpers and tires and all that neat stuff, different batteries. Wow, the only advice I can say is get out there and give it a try yourself. And maybe, just maybe, I'll see you on the trails.